Hello everybody, Caden here today with another Jurassic World Reborn mod, dinosaur exhibit build thing. So today we're doing, by very popular request, an Achillobator exhibit in a redwood setting. I don't know why that was so highly suggested, but I feel like I saw a lot of people suggesting, well, both a combination of redwoods and the Achillobator. So figured why not, let's just go for it. So I decided to throw this exhibit in between the Carnotaurus and the Stegosaurus because, well, why not? We need to do an exhibit, well, more I guess I just realized we need to do an exhibit that isn't, you know, just one-sided. We need to do an exhibit that is fully enclosed by pathways, so that way the pathways don't just immediately end, and there's gotta be a bit of weird teleportation to get you around the area. So, yeah, we had to deal with that, but I think this exhibit, I don't know, it's different in a good way, and it feels kind of interesting. It's not a particularly large build overall, so I do only end up throwing 2 of the animals in, just because, again, it's like not a very big build, not really wanting to throw in like 50 of them like I did with the Protoceratops. But yeah, the cool thing with this one is it employs something I really like to do with dinosaur builds. If you guys have seen the Minecraft Dinosaur series, you really know this is the case with some of them. But I like making exhibits where you can't necessarily see the dinosaurs super easily. And I guess we kind of did this with the Rugops exhibit, but in a way I consider that to be cheating because there was like only 2 ways to see the dinosaurs and there were tons and tons of like really easy sight lines to block off. But this one was a bit different. I had to make the exhibit a bit more of a weird shape. There's fences all the way around and the pathway that goes all around the fences, so it was a bit more fun to try and block off what you could see, how much you could see, and the bigger challenge, I thought at least, was trying to make it so the exhibit seemed a lot bigger than it actually was, because again, not a very big build overall. So you kind of have to give it that illusion of being, you know, or having a lot more space than there is actually available, which was a lot of fun to work with. I like doing, again, I just like doing exhibits like this. I think they're interesting. And actually, I guess in a lot of ways this is based off some of those Minecraft Dinosaurs builds I've done in the past. It's kind of similar in certain respects, but it's got its own unique flair as well. I do actually spend, as you can tell, most of the first part of this time lapse is just spent making pathways and then doing the fences. We don't really spend too much time on the interior of the build, in all honesty, just because there really isn't that big of an interior, and now with all the world edit commands I've started figuring out, doing the interiors of the builds is super easy. So yeah, we might start doing a bit more of like the exteriors of the exhibits on the time lapses. We'll see. But yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. What was it? These fences, there were some weird points because again, it's a really weird shape. Also, if you guys are confused by something, the reason some of them have the half stone slab, what are they called? Smooth stone slabs, and others are full stone bricks, that is to denote where the glass is supposed to go and where the iron bars are supposed to go. Because that was just a bit of an easier visual for me so I could remember what was supposed to go where. So you can see there's actually only 2 viewing areas. There's one at that corner, and there is one at the, I guess the left-hand side, which I thought was good. I didn't want it to have like all around viewing because I felt like that would be kind of weird and would kind of detract from like the Stegosaurus exhibit or the Protoceratops exhibit or whatever exhibit we may throw in next to the Carnotaurus and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's what we ended up doing. Yeah, we're only about halfway through this and I already feel like I've run out of things to say about the build. That's probably actually because this is like the, well, not the 5th build I've done on like this world today, but I've been working on a lot of stuff prepping for the last couple of videos, but needed a bit of a break, which is why I recorded this. Plus, it's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun designing these exhibits. They've been really interesting, and I know a lot of people have been suggesting a sauropod, and I'm gonna try and do a sauropod soon. But that's probably gonna be a somewhat longer video. We'll see. I tend to like to keep these down to about 10-12ish minutes because I feel like that's a good length for it. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I can try and get a sauropod in soon. I think that'd be interesting. Kind of difficult because they are massive, especially in this mod. But anyway, you can see there I'm throwing in something for those of you, again, who have seen the Dino series should be very familiar with, and that is the anti-climbing railing wall thing that I've been throwing into the raptor house all the time. I don't actually have Zalwa installed in this world, so I don't have the chain iron bar link fence thing slabs, so instead I'm using the, what are they called? Just the smooth stone slabs to create kind of a barrier. We used to do this all the time in a lot of the old worlds I've worked on. So it's not a new design, it's just something I've done. But yeah, I'm completely out of things to say, so I'm just gonna let the rest of this play out before I start saying anything else that's kind of weird. So I'll catch up with you guys to show off the final exhibit. Alright everybody, here we are with the final Achillobator exhibit, and I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. It's interesting. I have no idea how it's standing there, but good on it. Yeah, so I've decided to just stick with 2 of these because the exhibit isn't super big, so I didn't really feel like we should have more than 2. And it's just a way to showcase the skins, really. But yeah, I think it has turned out rather interesting. I think the redwoods are a bit taller than I kind of realized they were going to be. Which now means, like, from what will be a viewing area here, pretty easy to spot them. From over here, you can see them. From, well, probably not from inside the Beelzebufo exhibit, but yeah, they're kind of obvious, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just, yeah, they're just kind of a bit ginormous, but cool, very cool. I'm actually really happy with how the plants have turned out in this. Oh, we gotta remove another branch over here, which has been somewhat difficult to figure out where I need to remove branches, but yeah, I like the trees that are blocking out the fence line. I think that looks really cool. I did throw in a couple of Achillobator signs. We've got this one here. I think, yeah, we've got one here and then one there. And I think there might actually be one here as well. Yeah. So this one telling you that way is the Achillobator and Carnotaurus is over here. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I'm not even sure I'm saying it correctly, but it's good enough. But yeah, I think this has turned out really well. I got in what I really wanted, which was a somewhat dense forest redwood type exhibit. So you don't have tons of sight lines, or it's not super easy to see them, which I thought was good, especially since, again, this isn't a very big build, and we only have 2 dinosaurs in it. I thought making it appear like it's a much larger exhibit than it is probably a good idea. But yeah, overall, that's really all I have to say on it. I think it's a good little centerpiece exhibit here, and it's the first exhibit we've built a pathway all the way around, which is partially due to the fact I actually need to be able to expand the paths out from here, because yeah, we're kind of running out of space in this center area, so I gotta start adding more stuff in. But yeah, that's all really for today. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and until next time, see ya.